Hey everyone, welcome back to Stag Voiceover. My name is Neil Glasgow. So in today's video, I'm going to address noise gates, essentially. And the reason I'm going to address them is something I said in my last video kind of freaked a few of you out, and hopefully this will help improve all your processes. So before we kick off with everything, stick with me until the end of this video because I'm going to run a little bit of a competition, essentially. And it will help you, if you win this competition, hopefully improve your marketing ability going forward. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So last week, I put out a video, and in that video I said that I tend to get through maybe about 10 or 15 auditions in an hour. If I've got that many auditions to do, I can bang through those pretty quickly. And a few people commented and came back to me on various platforms and said, how the hell do you do that? I mean, it takes me so long to edit my auditions. I re-record and re-record and re-record to get it right. I spend ages eliminating all the breaths and clicks and all this sort of stuff. One thing you should never do is eliminate every single breath in your recording. For a small audition, it's not going to matter. If you're doing long-form narration, your producers and your directors are not going to want to have no breaths. You want to eliminate your big gulp things if you're about to go into a long sentence, but your little breaths, yeah, you keep them in. It sounds natural. It doesn't sound artificial, okay? So take that pressure off yourself. Don't eliminate all your breaths. But how do you eliminate most of your breaths without going through and picking all those things out? Well, that's really where your noise gate comes in. And I've been very hesitant in the past to explain noise gates. Particularly very hesitant to show you noise gates because they are very particular to your voice. But I thought I'll go through what you need to do in order to know how to get your own noise gate. And really, you're going to need to become a bit of a safecracker, for lack of a better term. You need to dial in your settings in increments, and I'm talking like half a decibel at a time until you get it perfect. It's the only way, A, you're going to learn how to do this and manipulate it yourself. You're just going to have to learn, okay? So this is how. A, it will help you do that. B, it will be specific to your voice. Do not, and I've said this in other videos before, do not look at someone's other YouTube video that's got a noise gate on it and copy their settings. It's particular for their voice, and I promise you, you're going to mess up your audio. I try not to swear on this channel, but I know nearly swore on that a bit. So, in increments. Now, some of you may be sitting there going, what the hell is a noise gate? How do I use it? If you're new to the channel, you might not have come across them so far. So I'll give you a brief overview of what a noise gate is. Think of it like a gate think of it like a bouncer at a club, right? The gate is the bouncer and the club is your DAW. And essentially, what does a bouncer do? It's checking IDs for, are you old enough to get into this club? Kind of what the gate's doing. It is saying, anything older than this or above this volume gets into the recording. Anything below this volume doesn't get into this recording. And that's what you're trying to dial in. So my noise gate essentially says, you're not old enough at that volume, you're not getting in. My breaths, okay? Don't do anything else, my breaths. My breaths tend to hit somewhere around negative 35 to 40 dB. Depends on what I'm doing. That's my breath sound, okay? My speaking volume, anywhere above negative 33 dB, maybe about negative 27 dB, something along those lines. That's where my voice tends to hit. And again, this also makes a difference for your input level, so your gains where you've got those set. Aim for about negative 12 to negative 18 dB. That's a good sort of recording sound. That way, if you get loud, you peak about negative 6, you've still got some headroom. We'll go over that. So, that's your noise gate. So my bouncer is saying, if you're not loud enough, you're not getting in. So it's eliminating a lot of those things. That means that Any errant pops and clicks tend to fall into that arena as well for my particular mouth. So again, anything like that, it's eliminating it. It's not picking up the wet sounds, and it's only letting through some of the sharp breaths. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, hang on a minute. If your breaths are that small, surely it should cut out every breath. And you can set it to do that, but what you have is essentially a threshold that lets the volume in, and you have, I think it's pronounced, hysteresis. And that's essentially looking at it saying, okay, you can let this amount in and everything for about this decibel afterwards. And it will track that, in Reaper anyway, it will track that and it will let some things through. So if I'm mid-sentence and I need to do a quick breath, it will pick it up and it will let it go through because it's part of a section. So what you have in most noise gates is your attack, or your pre-open rather. So your pre-open says, before you open, I want you to just keep the door open just this little bit for a bit of light and music to get out, attract these people in. Going weird with this metaphor here. Keep your pre-attack open, maybe 5 milliseconds. That'll let all the sound in. And then after I finish speaking, it has what's called a release. And I can say, hold that release for another 5 milliseconds, 10 milliseconds, 20, whatever I want it to be. And it will say, if you hear nothing within that 20 milliseconds, slam that door shut. And that's all your gate's doing. And I promise you, that is really going to improve your workflow, if nothing else, and your audition time. And the other thing for auditions is it needs to be good enough. That sounds really controversial, to be honest, but if you're trying to make this thing perfect, the only person who's judging the perfect in that instance is you. So it's just making sure that you're happy with it. As long as it follows all the directions, etc., that you've been given, that's your version, that's your audition. Just get it done, get it in, get it of a good quality, and get it out the door. A 30-second audition should not be taking you 10 minutes. Okay? This is an experience thing, it's not a judgment thing, but it shouldn't be taking you that long. And that's where I'm going to leave this video. Now, I'm going to leave this video as it is, just describing how the noise gate works. I use Reaper. I've not really had much familiarity with Audacity or Adobe Audition or really any other DAW. So if enough of you that watch this channel are on Reaper and you'd like me to do a video showing you how I dial in noise gate, and more specifically I use dynamic split that has a noise gate on it rather than just a noise gate, and I'll go into detail why about that on another video. But if you'd like me to demonstrate that, I'll do that, but I want it to be relevant for everyone, and to be honest, I don't know what you're all using. So if you'd like that, leave me a comment just to say this is what I'd really like in the next video, and you know, this channel's designed to help you guys out, and I'll put that together for you. Okay, so competition time. What I'm going to do now is there's a book that I've read for that's just been published, and actually it could really help you guys out. So it's a book called Go Luck Yourself, and it's all about improving your brand, improving your marketing. And it's done with a really anecdotal storytelling way, and it's really helpful. And the author, a guy called Andy Nairn, he's a guru when it comes to marketing. He's worked on some of the biggest brands that I've ever heard of. And, you know, I've watched the commercials that he's been involved in my whole life and never known about it. He's really, really good. So what I'd like you to do is I have 25 free review promo codes on Audible, 25 for America, 25 for the UK. I'd like everyone to tag me in a tweet. My Twitter details are all over the channel. Tag me in a tweet with the hashtag GoLuckYourself along with the country that you're in, and I will send you a free review copy of this book. Honestly, it will absolutely help out your marketing elements of your voiceover career. And if you're a one-man band, yeah, this is definitely going to be worth it for you. Again, picking up on last week's video, I invite everyone to go over to the Voiceover Advice page on Reddit. The community is starting to grow. Thank you very much. It's a page that's designed exclusively for help and tips and tricks and all other stuff around voiceover. And I really appreciate everyone who comments on that. It's a growing community, and I'm really quite proud of it. If you've liked this video, I realise it's one of my weirder ones. Give me a like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because that makes a difference as well. And if there's anything particular that you want me to be covering in any of these videos, drop me a comment down. And as I say, the comment that gets the most response on any given week, that's what I'm going to focus my videos on. And remember, you can absolutely be a voiceover artist. And also remember, go luck yourself. I'll catch you in the next video.